Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I am who I am. My name is my name. And welcome into another video on the channel. Yo, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, I'm on TikTok, I'm on IG, I'm on Twitter. Y'all follow all those platforms. Subscribe, like, and comment, man. The TikTok shit is actually really cool. I've been focusing on TikToks, and the delay on the new content is, guys, I'm moving. I'll show you. You're going to be like, he has nothing. He owns nothing. No, it's only one bedroom. And that's why I have no background and stuff, because me and Nia committed to moving to Texas about 2 weeks ago. So congrats to us. We're moving back to where we're from. And, I just didn't want to spend money and set it up like the background for my pod. Like, why would I do that when I'm about to move in a week? So that's why that was a delay on the content. It was really hard for me to, do both. But hey, I'm back. And we're talking about handcuff running backs, guys. Listen, the handcuff market to me is very shallow, very ass. Okay. Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B type ass. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. It's horrendous. But I got 5 guys in an honorable mention that I think is just a really good prospect. Okay. So let's get into the video.
On this episode of Shooting the Shit with Sam.
The first guy I wanted to talk about, man, JAYLEN Warren from the Steelers, right? He had the highest EPA in the league last year. Expected points added. It's a huge analytic. One of those numbers. What the fuck am I talking about? It's one of those big numbers that people talk about in analytics. You know what I mean? Like Warren Sharp, all the real big football guys, columnists, journalists, they talk about EPA because it's expected points added. Also, just him versus Najee Harris, it's not even close. Right here, yards created per touch. Najee Harris was 45th. JAYLEN Warren was 5th. EPA, total EPA, once again, JAYLEN Warren was 1st. Najee Harris was 154th. EPA per snap, once again, JAYLEN Warren 1st. Najee Harris 48th. True yards per carry, JAYLEN Warren was 12th. Najee Harris was 59th. And just go look at the stat sheet with JAYLEN Warren, man. He was super effective. You could tell that JAYLEN Warren is a better runner of the football. I don't know if he's a more talented player, but I'm telling you right now, if Najee Harris goes down, you're looking at a guy that's going to give you, I think, bare minimum top 15 finishes every single week that he's in. I'll say it. Top 15 finishes every time he's in, period. The second guy I'm talking about, it's the dude we draft every year, right? Everybody drafts him every single year. A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon, to me, it's this weird thing where you expect a breakout year every single year. But if you go and look at the numbers, Aaron Jones has 6 touchdowns rushing the ball in the last 2 years total. Last year, A.J. Dillon outsnapped him 14-5 inside the 10-yard line. It's all these numbers just come together to make you pick A.J. Dillon. But last year, I sat there with him in my flex for a couple weeks, and I just had to toss him out because it's very frustrating with guys like that. And to me, you're seeing the decline of Aaron Jones, even though I think he's a big pass-catching threat. Don't get it twisted. But them coming into the new season with a young QB, I don't know if he's necessarily young, but it's his first time being a full-time starter. I think they're going to rely on the run game a lot. They relied on the run game with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. I don't see them going away from that because that is a staple in Matt LaFleur's system. It's just what they do. And A.J. Dillon had a bad year because you wanted him to be that super value guy like I told y'all Tony Pollard was last year. I told y'all he was. I told y'all. Didn't I? I told y'all. But guys, if you really go and look, he had 4 top 12 finishes and 6 top 20 finishes. It wasn't a horrendous year for a handcuff. That is not a bad year for a handcuff. And now some of those weeks came when Aaron Jones rolled his ankle, and then he came out there. Was it Christmas Day, I believe? He came out there and didn't even touch the ball. I had him on my standard team, and I was losing my goddamn mind. And last year, A.J. Dillon is over here getting 214 touches. That's 7 less than Tony Pollard, 18 less than Austin Eckler. So he is getting starting running back work. He really is. And I know Tony Pollard was splitting carries with Zeke, and I know Austin Eckler was 15th out of the top 15 in snap percentage. But still, you're looking at a dude that's going to give you a lot of opportunity. And once again, he's a handcuff. It's not like you're over here drafting him in the 3rd round trying to start him. Okay. Another guy who I'm kind of high on, mostly with his ADP, Tyler ALLGEIER. How is this guy going RB 43? What makes you think that Bijan just steps in and gets every single touch? I don't get these experts telling us that ALLGEIER is a useless fantasy pickup. Now, at his ADP at 120 plus, you're getting him in the last round. Why would you not take that? He was top 20 in carries last year. He only had 9 games with 10 plus attempts, finished with 1,000 yards, and finished in the top 15 6 times as a rookie. His snap percentage never went over 70% for a single game. For the whole year, he was at 51% on the snap count. And he finished with 1,000 yards. And I already went over what I think about rookie RBs. So take it how you will. I don't think Tyler ALLGEIER is some useless fantasy pickup, mostly where you can get him as your final pick in the draft. Next on the list is David Montgomery. Now, he's one of those guys, like I talked about with Courtland Sutton. You're either going to love him forever or you're going to hate him forever, right? Because when he's in, you can tell he has some talent. I would say that Khalil Herbert showed that he was better than him, but when you see those younger guys in spurts, you're always convinced that they're better than the starter in my eyes, right? But he's going to Detroit. It's almost identical to what they had with DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams last year. I am not telling you he's going to have 17 fucking touchdowns. Okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying DeAndre Swift, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not saying they are identical. They have the same play style. I know he's a little bit smaller, so why wouldn't they give the bigger back the goal line work? That's what I'm looking at with David Montgomery. I think we're looking at a situation where you have Jahmyr Gibbs, who I think is going to be a good player, but y'all know how I view rookies. And if you don't, go check out my TikTok. Go check out my RB video. All right. But I think he's going to have 6 to 8 touchdowns, Jahmyr Gibbs. But David Montgomery might eat up at that goal line work, man. I think he will. So that's why I'm in on David Montgomery. The last guy I wanted to speak about was SAMAJE PERINE. Yes, I know he has this weird cloud over him where he's just the guy that backed up Joe Mixon. And I don't even know if he's necessarily a handcuff, but that's where he's getting drafted. That's what he's being drafted as, I should say, right? It's just like when he played, he was a good startable RB2 with Mixon out and sometimes finished in that RB1 category the weeks that he played full time. And then you get this quote from him why he went to Denver. Me and Sean Payton had a conversation about playing time and his multiple RB approach. From 2018 to 2021, Sean Payton finished in the top 5 3 times in rushing attempts per game. He wants to run the ball. That's what he wants to do. Establish the run and get a deep shot here, get a deep shot there. Get his little short shit going with his play design. Like that's what he's going to do. Just look at the running back duos he's had in the past. What was it? Deuce McAllister and Pierre Thomas and Darren Sproles was in there. Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, even Latavius Murray last year. Go look at their touches. Go look. I'll put them on the screen. They're almost identical. Every single season, they're almost identical. So now you're getting a Javonte Williams coming off an ACL tear. You don't know where his touches stand. And I think that is the higher upside pick because to me, a dude who's torn both ACLs, let me tell you, elite athlete you're talking to right now or talking to you, okay? I've torn both ACLs. It's not the same anymore. It took me 18 months because I blew out my whole knee. It took me almost 2 years to recover. A torn ACL is an 8 to 11 month injury like tops now. And they come back totally fine. Look at Saquon. But it's always the year after the comeback year. So I think SAMAJE PERINE has some real high upside, guys. I think he's going to get a lot of opportunity. I think he's going to get a lot of the goal line work because he's the bigger back. And I just see this offense, once again, being way more successful under Sean Payton. And the honorable mention, DEVON ACHANE. I think that's how you say his name, DEVON ACHANE. I believe that's how you say his last name. Now, there is no stats that I can provide to you other than he's going to a Mike McDaniel's offense. He is a young, explosive running back. Track speed running back in that offense is wild. They have Jeff Wilson Jr. and Raheem Mostert. But in my eyes, I don't like to look at the past and injury history like that and have a cloud over a player if they prove me wrong, like a Christian McCaffrey. But Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert, they come from that San Francisco water where a rolled ankle turns into the fucking plague of the foot, right? I don't know what happens over there, but I just love SEC football. I am an Arkansas fan. This is no bias towards this kid. I hate A&M. This guy just to me was an incredible running back. Just like I love Tank Bigsby that came out of Auburn. I love this guy as a handcuff option, or even a guy where in the first couple weeks you start seeing somebody go down, but everybody picks up Raheem Mostert instead of Devon ACHANE. Hopefully I said that right again. And go pick him up instead. If you're lower on the waiver wire and you see Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert kind of roll an ankle, get Devon and see what happens, okay? Thank you all for watching my content. Listen, I am on TikTok. I am on YouTube, obviously, as you're watching, and I am on Twitter as well, Instagram, all that shit. All right? So go follow me. It's the same goddamn at shooting the shit with Sands. All right? So y'all enjoy, y'all like, comment, subscribe. I love you all. I'm out. Peace. Deuce.